because the person using that vehicle leaves some impression of himself on that vehicle.
Right.
How he uses it, how he treats that vehicle, it is reflected.
Yes.
So that kind
Also,
of parking.
it got a popular culture as
Yeah.
well.
I don't know popular culture or not, but
Yeah, yeah.
I was attracted more to the volume and the space within it. I was doing a lot of lithographs. I did almost 20, 30 lithographs in 2, 3 months.
Okay.
So every day one lithograph. That was my target. So, so I left that reflection and was doing this kind of work. When I came to Gadhi Studios in 82, I was doing again lithograph of reflection. So there was a acid bath tray where the glass panel was there. And the trays were kept inside and the tube light was at the back. So everything was just made for my print. So
Wow.
I did
Perfect.
that. So my inspiration comes from the surroundings.
From
Whatever
ceramics.
surroundings.
Oh, surroundings.
What is happening around,
Right.
and what strikes me at
Right.
that moment, and if it works, it works. If it doesn't, leave it. So that was my idea. But the monument series also, it comes back and forth.
Right, right.
It is like pendulum. You think something else and you go away and come back again. So the monument remains in my mind all the time. And it gives me a lot of freedom to work. Because it is like monument or stone buildings or stone walls and big doors, wooden structures have a existence in everybody's mind. Somewhere or the other, they have
Yeah,
seen those
they have
structures.
a historical context.
People have seen it,
Yeah.
and they can refer it, they can get into that
Yeah.
space very easily. And you can structure the things as you'll feel it. They are not there, but you can structure the
Right.
whole thing as if they are there. So you have got a lot of freedom. I don't build every stone the way it is there, but I'm building it as if it is there.
Right.
So that freedom always gives me a
So you
chance.
create the prints in the studio, you don't refer to sketches?
No, I do visit, I do sketching,
Yeah.
I do take photographs. The personal experience has to be there.
Of course.
You can't.
Yeah.
Because there is one print I did of a monument series in silk screen. That was, the monument is just in front of Old Fort. A kite was stuck in that barbed wire. The monument is there and the kite is also there and the bicycle is also there. So the human connect is there. The monument is empty, nobody is there, but the human connect is there with the bicycle and the kite. So that made my print.
Right. So that moment happened.
Yeah, that moment
Yeah.
happens.
Coming back to your architectural work, I also wanted to mention the Lakshmi Narayan temple complex.
Yes, yes.
Which is very beautiful in Chabba. So it has got a kind of a Himachali touch to it because it has a sloping roofs. So can you tell us a little bit about that series and how it came about?
I was there for a few days on a workshop, and I wanted to see that temple.
Right.
Because I just heard about it, I seen the photographs, but I never visited it. So in person I went there, and the glorious temple and the backdrop of all the mountains behind, it makes more monumental than what it is.
Yeah.
And it has got very good carvings on wood, stone, both. And the simplistic form. It's very simple form, not very complicated, one can say. But the canopy on the top, that gives a distinct feature of that temple.
Of that area.
Yes. So I really got interested in that and did. And the small things happen because people worship the things inside and outside. They go inside to worship the idol placed there, but they have the worship to people tree outside because it's the same metaphor is there. The same, you treat the same tree as a god.
Right.
So people worship trees. They tie threads, whatever feeling they have. People may like or may not like, but it is there. And I like that idea. So I did one etching of that, a people tree on a tin pot, kept and worshipped by people. So it is not required to have a very big idol or something. You have to have faith in whatever you see.
True, true, true. That is very beautiful. And also you reconstructed the level of the temple
Yeah,
in a
that
way
is the
that was,
pictorial advantage
yeah,
you can take.
yeah.
It's like creative freedom you can take in placing the things around what way you want.
And the historical aspect also. How has people reacted to these work?
I have not displayed it anywhere
Oh, you haven't displayed it.
yet. Not yet.
So we are getting a peep into it then. That's
It's very
lovely.
difficult because
Yeah.
I was thinking to make it a diary sort of a thing.
Oh, that'll be lovely.
So these are snippets from my experience. So making a
Diary
diary.
making is wonderful because that way you can share the prints also,
Yeah.
and it can be part of the everyday life.
Yes.
Like this diary, for example, is made by the students.
So
So
instead
it
of
just
printing a
comes into
catalog,
life. Yeah.
I can print those images in that.
I think it's a lovely idea.
So maybe the exhibition is of a different sort, but the context is there of a different kind.
Yeah, this is something I've got from a lot of printmakers that they like to work, but they don't work with exhibition in mind. You know, tell me about that. I find that because painters are slightly different in that sense.
I don't know. Even the painters don't do that way.
Sometimes
That
they
is my
no,
opinion.
no. Sometimes they do.
Maybe they are focused on the exhibitions then. They are not focused on the work. They are focused on the exhibitions, what
Because
they
the
want.
show has a theme, and then they have 2-3 shows which they are doing.
The
So
theme
printmakers
evolves. The
seem to be
theme
working in a
evolves.
different.
I don't think the theme evolves over a period
Yeah,
of
you
time.
think so?
It is not one day affair. It has to get seep into your mind, in your system, and then it has to come out as a work of art. You can't just take a photograph and start painting. You can't do that.
No.
It is just sort of reporting things. One can say it is not work of art, but like reporting things.
Which is also having its what should I say, function, but it's not
But
art.
it is only the function of reporting things.
Yeah, then it
Not
just becomes
beyond
that.
that.
Yeah,
Not beyond that.
you have to move beyond that.
Yes.
But tell me about a little bit about the challenges that are faced by printmakers, which are not perhaps faced by painters, or do you think that there are?
Everybody faces challenges. They speak, they don't speak, we speak. That is something. They have their challenges. The painters have their challenges to
Of course
create
they
their own
do.
identity,
But
to
I'm
create
talking
their own
in
identity,
terms of
technique or medium or scale or imagery, whatever. Those challenges are common for everybody.
right.
Painters, sculptor, printmakers, whatever. Whatever medium you take, the challenges are very common for everybody. The acceptance of things may differ. People may accept because they think canvas is more valuable. Maybe. That is one thing people want. What is there on the canvas is not, they don't bother at times, but the canvas is there. They don't want to have
Printmaking
paper.
has not wanted to explore the canvas as the surface that you can
People
print
are
on.
exploring. People are exploring. There is no binding that
With
they
the
have to
offset
print
and
on.
all that, you can do some kind of.
Not every medium is printable on canvas at times.
Yeah, that is true.
That one has to take care. What kind of prints you can make on canvas, you have to think about.
Right.
So the medium, the surface on which you print depends upon the technique you employ. So the paper is suitable for lino cuts, etching, wood cuts, silk screen. It's a common surface.
Yeah.
But canvas cannot be a common surface. It can be used for silk screen, maybe wood cut, but may not be etching because it goes into.
Yeah, it goes in.
Yes.
So then
That flexibility is not there in the canvas. That is the problem.
Right, right. So we are looking at trying to explore maybe some more technicalities within the printmaking fraternity?
People are exploring, and I think that is the need of the time.
Right.
You cannot stick with the, even in the historical context, if you see, the obsolete techniques are used by the artist.
Yeah.
The lithography, when it was not taken over by the offset in the actual use, artists use it for their own purpose, for their own creativity. The engravings which was used for printing illustrations for Bible or anything, but after that the artists used for their own expression.
True.
So the technology which is existing there but obsolete for the mass production or the industry is adapted by the artist. They are exploring for their own expression. So the same way it will happen. Even the new technology, the same thing will happen.
Right. So you're
The
saying that,
cameras, they're like old cameras,
Right.
analog. Nobody is using it, but the artists are using them.
Yeah.
The negatives, and they are using digital as well as this.
as well as analog, yeah.
So these attitude has to, they have to adapt with the changing
Right.
ideas.
So,
And
and you're confident that change will happen.
it is bound to happen. You can't help it.
No, that is there, but will the artists are accepting it? Will the viewers accept it?
The viewers definitely will accept it.
Yeah.
And it may say take some time, but they will, because they are accepting mobile phones as a reality now. They were not used to. For 10 years before, they were not used to handle mobile. They were not used to handle computers.
Yeah.
But it's a reality now.
True.
So the changes are definitely going to be adopted by the people, because there is no way out but to adopt it.
And how do you see your growth going forward?
I don't know, the time will tell. Because I don't work in one direction. I use in different mediums and work in different formats, like sculpture. At times I do sculpture, at times I do paper pulp work.
Paper pulp also, we saw some of that, yes.
Because there I have more freedom to do at times. The scale, I can go beyond normal scale, or the things which is not expected of me, I can explore there. Because there is sometimes they compartmentalize or stamp you are a printmaker or you are a painter. But I think that the things are not.
Yeah, I think that is changing though. I think that
Yeah.
with technology, even with the art scene opening up to so many avenues,
Yes.
these boundaries are becoming a lot more porous, and people are crossing over. They are trying different mediums.
Yes.
There's
Actually,
a
the
freedom
installation aspect, when
that
it came into existence, the
Yeah.
installation aspect,
Yeah, the installation.
it started accommodating different ideas together
Even
to make an
performance,
installation.
now you have even
Yes.
performance.
Yes,
So
because
there's so much
in
more.
installation you can use light, you can use image, you can use structures, you can use 3-dimensional, 2-dimensional, or laser projection, whatever.
Yeah, you can
There
do a
is
lot.
lot of scope.
Yeah.
It is only your idea, what way you want to present.
But in terms of collectibles, I think installation still has a challenge, because to
The
recreate an
installations were
installation,
not meant for collecting
it's
things.
not so collecting. Yeah, in that sense, collecting like that.
Yeah.
Whereas a print can be collected.
Yeah, print can be.
In that sense, you can have a collection of
Yeah, definitely.
prints. You can have a portfolio. You can have
Actually,
the diary that you had mentioned.
Yeah. Books, book
books,
illustration.
yes.
Artist books are,
in many ways-
lot of artists are doing books, artist books.
Yeah, artist books.
Yes.
KG Subramaniam had done such a
Yes,
lovely series.
that was my first experience of doing silk screen.
Silk screen, yes.
When I was student, the PD Dhumal was my teacher.
He's
And
my dean also.
He told me that we have to print this, and these are the artworks. You expose the screen and print it. Tomorrow we are going to print the text. And 1500, edition of 1500, we were supposed to print. And I was never exposed screen before that. And just I was doing that for the first time, applying the glue, exposing it on the exposing table. I think we started at 6 in the evening, and first screen exposed at 12 o'clock at night.
Wow.
Because every time something went wrong, But in the end, we managed to.
But it's a discovery, it's a journey in a sense,
This
an
was
adventure.
maybe.
Yeah.
This was the right proportion of bacromat and the glue and applying it, drying it properly, exposing it properly. So I learned silkscreen in just one night
Amazing.
and printed the whole edition by 9 o'clock in the morning.
Wow.
So all 4 or 5 years, we did that job. So that is kind of an adventure
This should go
or a
down
challenge
in
given
the
to you.
history of Baroda, definitely.
It's a challenge given to
Yeah,
you, and
yeah.
how you can deal with that challenge.
Yeah,
This is learning to deal with your life.
true.
How you are going to meet the challenges in outside world.
Yeah,
You are being asked to do something else which you have never done before, but how you can cope up with
how
that
you cope in
idea
it.
and
Yeah,
do
yeah.
it successfully.
True, true. So, with all those lovely, inspiring thoughts, I think we'll wind up. Is there anything else you'd like to say to our audience? Leave them with some provoking
This
thoughts?
is about Zharotia. I want to tell you
Yes,
something.
please.
He was not my teacher. He never taught me, but he taught me in so many ways, because we have gone to so many camps, art camps, and Baroda was his favorite place, and Dhumal used to like him like anything. Whatever, any workshop, he will call Jay sir. Please come and do something. He will go for ceramic things, for paper work, for etching, painting workshop, and he will enjoy. And I happened to be there for 2, 3 times with him in Baroda, and as well as in Delhi. Because my first experience of Jay sir's work was in 82 or 83, I think, at Art Heritage, the Lukman series.
Okay.
I saw that for the first time. During that period, I saw works of Amitabh Das, Jay sir, and Arpita Singh
Okay. Lovely.
in 1 or 2 years' time. And I got the hook of it, how he does that. The way he treats the medium, the way he treats his imagery, the way he treats his words. He puts words in his work, and like reading between the lines. Images support the text supports his images. It works both ways. And I really enjoyed his work a lot. And being here in studio, I never missed a chance to meet him. And he was uh, he was eager to show the works also at times, new drawings, showing new drawings. And I was always thinking that his works are so sculptural. The works can be of monumental scale.
Yeah.
And the images are so beautiful that can be converted into a sculpture in different mediums, because it has got different textures, different feel of material. Because if you see his drawings, you can see structure is with bamboo, with textile, with metal, with threads, and all sort of things. So I was really looking at those images like a monumental sculpture. I even asked him, why don't you do it?
And then what did he say?
Oh, I want to do it, but I don't know when.
Ah,
But I've seen him working on in ceramics in Gadi studio.
but it can still be done. Looking, referencing his work, somebody can be making inspired by.
I
Can
think
think about it as a project.
his some of his works are really good, and they can be converted in
Can be,
beautiful,
yeah, it can be done.
beautiful sculptures.
So
Beautiful
something to think about.
And I saw his ceramics in Gadi studio. He was, when PR Darroz was working in Gadi studio, I was working in printmaking studio. And he was working in ceramic studio, Jay sir also. So he did animal series, bull series and animal series there, and some faces at that time.
Okay.
So that was wonderful experiences I had with Jay sir, discussing about art in general, the imagery in general,
Right.
but how you think about your image, what one can do, what the way he used to think about. It was thinking aloud about certain things.
And then you were picking up those thoughts and making it part of your,
Naturally, it is
your
part of
vocabulary.
it is part of
Yeah.
your journey.
True, true, true. It's lovely. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank
On
you.
that note,
Thank you.
we will leave you. And thank you for listening in. And please be with us for the next.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.